Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get started here in just a minute. If you haven't already put in where you're joining from, please do. We've got London, we've got Chicago, lots of Chicago, North Carolina, Brooklyn, Frisco, Florida, Dallas, Cali, New Jersey, Alabama, Tennessee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So good to see everybody. It's bright and early. I just got back from my run. I'm like, whew, quick shower and ready to go. So we're about to get started. We've got some cool stuff planned for you today. We're going to try to keep it to an hour so we can get everybody to their day. We're going to get started here in just a minute. If you haven't already typed in the chat box where you're joining from, go ahead and do so. And Tiffany, I already made you the co-host, so we're about to get rolling. So we've got Brooklyn, Frisco, Cali, North Carolina, London, Frisco. We've got more California. So we've got all the coast covered, plus we've got across the pond with London. And I'm sure Ian will probably be on here covering Thailand. Just so you guys know, we're already in over 15 countries. So we've got people in over 15 countries. Going to have a lot of people on here today. And then there's going to be some people that are going to be catching the recording. So we're about to get started. I'm going to bring up one of our amazing leaders and also corporate team. Tiffany is going to share with you a new document that we've been working on. We've combined all of the trainings from the last few weeks, everything that George and Ella have done, everything that Tiffany and Whitney have done, and we put together this amazing document. And so after we go through recognition, we're going to share this document with you. Tiffany's going to walk you through it. We've got a whole bunch of new websites set up to make it easy for you to get people to everything. So I'm going to share all those links with you whenever she's done, but she's going to go through the document and explain it to you, how to use it, the way to get started, make sure that everybody's following the same program. And of course, remember that once the app goes live, literally in 10 days to 2 weeks, we're going to have the ability to communicate with all of you, along with all of our members, directly through the app. So it's going to definitely simplify some of this, but we're trying to systematize everything and make it as duplicatable as possible. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring up the one and only Tiffany Caballero. She is absolutely incredible, by the way. They've got literally the fastest growing team in the business. And so Tiffany and Whitney are going to be, it's going to be interesting to see what rank they're at whenever the app goes live, because they are putting in more sales than anybody in the entire company. So they officially have the biggest team now. And so what they're talking about to you today is what's working for their teams. And their systems and processes are amazing and incredible. And so Tiffany is representing their partnership today on behalf of her and Whitney. And so without further ado, I'm gonna pin you to the spotlight, Tiffany, and let you go through recognition and then show this amazing new document that everybody's been collaborating on.
Oh, was I muted the whole time?
Oh yeah, sorry, I muted everybody when everybody was coming in the room. So sorry.
Okay. I was just saying I'm excited, and I was hoping I was tech savvy enough to do this. Okay, so we are going to go through some recognition. This is the funnest part to me, is to watch everyone really get on fire and light up for this. And so we'll start with the Lifer 200s, and this is just in the past week. So we got Nathan Hoover. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. There we go. We've got Michelle Green, Lifer 200, Mario Clemens, Candy Pruitt, Alexandra Cass, and then we jump to our Lifer 300s, Ronnie Dooley, Marcus Moultrie, and if I don't pronounce people's names right, I apologize. Andrea Metcalf, Sammy Hoover, best name ever, DJ Flip Millions. And then O DeMonche, Gloria Fitzpatrick, Jeff Chambers, and then, of course, the beautiful Kenna Shell at Lifer 800. She is crazy growing, and we're super proud of her and her entire team. So, okay, that's the promotions for this week. And I'm going to get right into our new document, because I have been with a lot of companies just in regular workplaces, and to have something with one document organized, this is what you do when you do it, is unbelievable. And for us to have it this quickly blew my mind. So I'm really excited because organization is so nice to have. So I'm just going to run through it. Some of the things we've already gone over in previous trainings. So I'm not going to go super in depth, but I am going to kind of tell you why it's there. This is the document that as you sign people up, you're going to want to get this document to them. Again, it's going to make them feel organized. It's never fun to say, oh, join this group and join that group and join this group. And then all of a sudden they're, a chaotic mind does nothing. A confused mind does nothing. And so if we can really organize them and make them feel, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. So please get this to all of your people as soon as you're bringing them on. And like Wes said, we will have the app that we'll all start communicating in. We had a live presentation here in Dallas, and I can't wait till we start doing live presentations everywhere. It's unbelievably different. And the energy in the room, and, Wes has the ability to make all things believe in Bryte Lyfe because he's so passionate about it, and all the things that he goes over in the live presentations. I can't wait. I want to have one here in Frisco, so I'm going to start planning that. But okay, step 1, set up your back office and get your link. This is really important for you guys to get into your back office, get all of your information in there, put your picture in there, like this is a professional business. So you need to brand yourself. And if you click right here, it will take you to your login page. So it's super easy. And I'm going to go over a couple of things. I had somebody reach out to me this week about creating some reels and some pictures to put on their social media. And well, you know what? Let me get down there because I don't want to get it confused. You're going to go and set up your back office, get your link, put your link in your notes in your phone. I carry a lot of links in my phone just so that I can do it really quickly if somebody's asking. You can also do, I don't know if you guys in the iPhone, you can do where you can start typing and it knows what to put it in there, the quick links. So you can even say, here's my link, sign up and we'll get you going, and do the little auto text. But this is exactly what you need to do on step 1 to get into your back office. Step 2, getting plugged in. This is so important that you're plugged in and you stay close to the fire. And this is exactly when to do it and how to do it. And that's what I'm so excited about, because you're going to go and you're going to join the Bryte Lyfe Facebook page. You're going to like it. The Bryte Lyfe Instagram, you're going to follow it. And then the Bryte Lyfe YouTube, subscribe. We just need to get out there on the socials and start showing that we're growing, which we are. And then the Bryte Lyfe Community Facebook group, that's our Facebook group that we're going to put in the recognition. We're going to do the trainings, stay connected with the community. And then we've told you guys about these Bryte Lyfe founder banners. It's exactly what I just showed you with the recognition. So when someone signs up, you're going to make them, or you can teach them, but I make all of my founders their own banners, and then they can do it for their people, and then they can do it for their people, so that not everyone's having to do it for everyone. But it tells you exactly how to do it. You can get a Canva for free. You do not have to pay for it. There's a basic free account. So you'll click there, open up a Canva account if you don't have it. Watch the video on how to customize that founder banner. It's so easy once you do it. Then you'll start making them, and then you're going to post it in our group. And if you guys will get in there, every day, every couple of days, and comment on the founders, that shows a lot of teamwork and pumping people up to let them know that we are so excited that they're here. And then I really want to talk about this Bucket List Life Facebook group. And this is our ad tag message. If you're new to this industry or building a team in, making money in this industry, ad tag message is a way. So for example, if somebody says, hey, Tiffany, I'm interested in, what you're doing with this travel company. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to add you to a Facebook group and I'm going to tag you in a video, watch it, and then I'm going to follow up. So I would go and put them in this group right here. This is a hyperlink that will take you to it. And then and if you hit this hyperlink right here, it's going to take you to the post I'm talking about. And it's a 6-minute quick overview. And what that does is it puts them in this group. And typically people don't leave groups once they're in it. And then as we start traveling, let's say somebody's like, I don't know if I'm interested. As we start traveling and we put in all of these deals, all of these great vacations that we're going on, or even just like I plan to look up certain destinations when the app goes live, and I'm going to screenshot the price and I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to say, look how cheap you can go to Ibiza. Look at these prices for Australia. Look at, you want to go hang out with koalas? This is the price. So that ad tag message group is a way for us to really show people they're just sitting back. They may not have joined yet, but it's a way to touch them without getting in their face and being annoying. And they're going to be like, wow, they really get to go to New York for that price. They get to go to the Eiffel Tower for that price. So it's dripping on them. So I really encourage you guys to get all of your people in this ad tag message group, tag them in that first post where Wes is doing the overview. And then if they don't want to join, then let's just drip on them as a group, and lovingly get them into our company, because they're going to join once they start seeing all the amazing things we're going to be doing. And then you'll want to join the Telegram chat. It's just a really easy way to stay updated with what the company's doing. And then these are all the Zoom links. This is just a way to get really organized on where you need to be and what you need to be doing at any given moment when it comes to Zooms, presentations, or trainings. Okay, and then I know I just talked about the live in-person events. As Wes starts doing more of them and the corporate team starts doing more of them, guys, you'll want to get your people there. I mean, after leaving Komodo in Dallas, I was like, I want to sign up all over again. I mean, it's just really good, and the energy in the room makes it worth it. So, and then we talked about step 3 out of the gate in 48. We have a whole training on it with the YouTube, and it's linked here, but you need to plug your people into that, because remember, when they start signing people up, that's when they're going to start getting paid. And so as an influencer, we're going to pay the the membership fee, but as soon as you get 4 people, you start making $200. So essentially you're already getting paid back. It's super easy. And I'm just going to run through it. The goal is to get your first 4, message the 20 people. And again, you guys don't personally, and one of the reasons we're growing as fast as we are is because we don't necessarily put Bryte Lyfe, the name, out there. We create curiosity. And so that's what I was going to say about the person that reached out to me this week. They wanted to start putting posts on their Facebook and making some reels, and they wanted the Bryte Lyfe, logos and all of that. And I just really encourage you guys, create curiosity. It would be nothing for me to see the name Bryte Lyfe and then go to the website and sign up. And right now, you're not going to capture those people. Make them come to you. You want to create curiosity, create conversation. Plus, this is about building relationships. This is about, how can I help my friends and family travel because mental health says we need to? And how can I make them money? How can I help them pay their bills? How can I help them get out of debt? How can I help them establish the life that they've always wanted, but they feel like they're in a rat race? You need to create those conversations. And the way to do it is to create curiosity through social media. So yeah, post all of our colors and our, our living life well, and all the things. I would personally not do Bryte Lyfe until you've started that conversation with them. Make them come to you. Who do you want to reach out to? All the people that you know that want to travel, that have influence, that, I can't tell you how many friends of mine travel for business. They go all over the world. And a really great way to start that conversation is, if you're in a business that travels, all of a sudden that travel can start to become tax deductible. Obviously have them talk to their CPA, but I plan on going on trips and then promoting it, and then it becomes tax deductible. And go through this. Don't copy and paste things. Make everything very authentic. the number one way to sell anything in the world is authenticity. You can go to any coach, any business coach, any poll they've ever taken, and authenticity is going to mark the highest salesperson. So if you look at those people and they're just off the charts, pulling people in, look at their behavior. They're authentic, they're transparent, and they're making sure that they're not just robots in copy and pasting things. Plus people see that. So, and then we go through create. The second day is creating more posts on your social media, reaching out to 10 more people. And don't discriminate on anyone. Like, you may think, oh, they're too busy, or, oh, they're a CEO. I don't know if, they already make a lot of money. Everybody, I can guarantee you, everybody's looking for an exit strategy. I was just talking to one of my friends about this. Everybody wants she called it the off ramp. What's their off ramp? What is their way to get out of what they're in now? What is a way for them to get out of being a CEO or whatever and still maintain their level of living? So you just never know. Just put it out there, and whoever, comes to you. We're going to attract the people that are supposed to work with us. And then it's just rinse and repeat. And so this whole document can get you going for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Just keep coming back to it, keep referring back to it. And I'm just so excited that Wes is at the helm of this ship, because this got done. We're all moving forward. Wes, you're just such a great leader, and I'm super excited about that. I don't know if somebody meant to raise their hand, but I'm going to hand it back over to you, Wes, and stop sharing and let you take it from here on the rest of your training.
Okay. If there's a question, if y'all want to just type it in the chat box, I'm going to lower the hand. But if you have a question for Tiffany before I take things back over, anything on here? We've got some more recognition. James Henderson is a Lifer 200. Michael Sledge is a Lifer 200. Daryl Porter is a Lifer 300. Tiff, if you could make a note of those and put those on our list so we can get those banners today. And if you guys have other people, remember, our reporting is not showing these recognitions because these recognitions are under the assumption that when everybody can upgrade, that they're going to upgrade to becoming members, because there is no rank advancement or compensation for recruiting influencers. But we're doing this because everybody that's coming in during the pre-launch, we assume is going to become a member whenever the app becomes available. So that needs to be said. So for us, we're having to go through and manually find people that are hitting these ranks based on the upgrade path. And so, yeah, this document is actually available. It's at BryteLifeBlueprint.com. So I'm going to type it in the box, and then I'm about to show you, actually, we have a whole bunch of new websites for you. I'm going to go ahead and type it in here now. So if you want to pull it up, it's going to be in my presentation. But thank you so much, Tiffany. Appreciate you and Whitney and all your leadership, and congrats on all your success, having the fastest growing team in the entire company. And can't wait to see what rank you guys are going to be at whenever the platform goes live in just a couple weeks. So I'm going to share, and I didn't see any other questions come in. So was there any other questions for Tiffany from the document or from any of her training? And Daryl's actually given you some of the photos too, Tiff. So if you want to snag those. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you. All right. So I'm going to share mine. I'm going to go through some corporate updates, and then also I have some new training for you today. We're going to talk about compensation plan a little bit, and also the upgrade path and some of what's going on from a corporate standpoint. So let's talk a little bit about what's hot right now. Let me just get this out of here. All right. So in the first 2.5 weeks, we already have well over 500 people that are part of the influencer program, part of Bryte Lyfe, which is absolutely incredible because, we're way past our goal. And, we had to keep things kind of under wraps. And obviously there's a couple of other companies that have already copied some of our business model and, launched at the same time. But you're going to see once our app goes live, there's nobody in the space. And I'm telling you, no one that was before us. And I don't think anybody that'll come after us that'll be able to do what we've done and what we've built. And you'll see it. I mean, once the app goes live, you're going to say, oh my gosh, Wes, this is even better than what you described, even better than what you explained. None of these other companies that have just launched or that are about to launch or that are launching, no one's going to have what we have. No one. On the meetings that I've been on this week with some of the biggest travel brands on the planet, we have access to one piece of technology that we just got access to that they have never given to another direct sales company. So we're going to have lots of things that no one else in the space has. So you should feel really good about where we're at. And the 500 of you that have joined, this is literally going to be the best decision that you've ever made, in my opinion. I mean, and you're going to see when the app goes live. We've already had lots of people crushing ranks. We're already in 15 countries, and we just got started. I mean, it's been 2.5 weeks since we basically opened the back office for influencers to join. The first version of the app has been processing test bookings for the last 24 hours. So the app is live. It's in beta. It's in test flight, which is the proving grounds for the App Store. And we've been processing test bookings, test transactions, and everything has been working flawlessly. So I am stoked. I'm excited. Everything looks to be on track with our launch. Of course, like I've said before, we're going to be at the mercy of the App Store when things do get in there. And we've made the internal decision that we're not going to launch the web version until the apps are available. So we'll have a little bit of wait and see when it comes to getting into the store. But our goal is to have it in the store before and then basically not make it available for people to actually start downloading until we give the green light. So there's a lot of things happening internally right now. We've got a lot of things that are a lot of moving parts, from compensation to getting pay cards issued to setting everything up for merchant transactions. We're setting up in-app pay. I mean, the things that we're going to have out of the gate and within the first week or 2 or 3 of launch, I mean, we're going to have app updates all the time. But it's mind blowing because no one else, one of our big competitors just launched their first app, and I actually got a login for it this week, and I was laughing. I mean, it is literally comical, funny, and I don't mean to be mean or rude or disrespectful, but when you see what we've built and then you look at any of our competitors, no one that's sane, okay, no one with a normal business mind is going to be able to look at what we've built and what we've created and then look at any of our competitors that even say that they're a competitor or even pretend to be competitors and go, wow, yeah, I want to go represent the StarTAC flip phone and I don't want to represent the iPhone. I mean, that's literally the caliber of development and design and what we've created. And so the thing you need to understand is there's less than 2 weeks of pre-launch left. And I talked about this last week. And so if you haven't watched the previous trainings, please go back because these trainings have all built on each other. You can go to Bryte Lyfe training to get on the weekly trainings, but then on the YouTube page, we have all of them recorded. So once we're done doing live trainings, everything will be done through the app. And then Bryte Lyfe training will redirect you to all of the recorded trainings. And then everything will be done in the app from there. But there's less than 2 weeks left. So that means that you've got an opportunity right now to join during pre-launch and create your story. But then whenever pre-launch is over, all bets are off. I mean, then people are going to be joining that are not networkers that have never done network marketing before, and they're going to be getting the videos out through the app because of our Reels technology. So people are going to be sharing across all social platforms, and they're going to be adding travel content. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have influencers that are going to be joining. We already have commitments from influencers with millions of followers, not a million, millions. And they're going to do lives, and they're going to put their link there. And they may do a live from Bali, And they're going to literally, I think we'll get thousands of sales from some of these influencers. And so you're going to be at an extreme disadvantage if you wait and build your team and talk to your, friends and family after the app goes live, because then your friends and family are going to see Bryte Lyfe from a celebrity or from an influencer or from a travel blogger, or a travel influencer, and they're going to join through them and not through you. How bad will you feel? Right? This happened to me, this is personal to me because back in 1997, so I'm really dating myself now. This is a true story. And for me, this is one of the things that motivated me throughout my career. So I started selling Cutco knives in 1997, the summer after my freshman year in college. Okay. And in Cutco, you start with your friends and family. And Tiffany just said something really powerful a minute ago. She said, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge that someone is going to join or not join, right? And I talked about a version of this a couple weeks ago. I said, typically when people recruit, they recruit down, right? Because you tend to try to recruit people that you have influence over, not people that have influence over you. It's a psychological thing. So I signed up for Cutco. I started selling, and I had an aunt that I felt like couldn't afford Cutco. I didn't think she'd buy it. I didn't think she would, order the set of knives. And I was making 50% commission. And back then, the full set of Cutco was about $800, $900. And as a college kid, I thought that was a lot of money, And so I was like, my aunt is not going to buy Cutco. She's not going to spend the $900. I'm not going to waste my time going and talking to her. But what happened was literally like my second month in, and I was in a huge sales contest that I was trying to hit goals, and there was recognition, and I was like competing with the other girl who was in my office, who was the top rep, and it was me and her. And this is so crazy. My aunt came over to my house and she said, hey, I saw one of your friends the other day. And I was like, one of my friends? What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, your friend Kristen that you sell Cutco with. And this happened in 1997. This was 27 years ago. I still remember the girl's name because she beat me for that sales contest and won the sales contest. And my aunt bought the entire set of knives from her. And that $900 sale put Kristen over me, and we were making 50% commission. So Kristen made $500 off my aunt, and my aunt bought the whole set, and I lost the sales contest because I thought my aunt was too cheap to buy the full set of knives. So I didn't even go see her. I didn't even put her on the list. And so literally that has haunted me for my entire sales career, because I no longer ever prejudge that someone is going to join or isn't going to join. I don't look at it from, my perspective. I look at it as it is my duty and responsibility to share this with everyone and let them make the decision for them and their household and their family and their pocketbook if this is something for them. I'm not going, oh, well, my friend flies on private jets, I'm not going to talk to them about it. I'm going to the Derby this week with somebody who's a celebrity, and you can bet I'm going to be all over her talking to her about Bryte Lyfe. I'm not going to go, well, she's a celebrity, she's a multimillionaire, and here's the thing, she got tickets through me for the Derby, right? She's gotten invited before, and she's gotten us hooked up for some of the parties for the Derby. But, I'm the one who got the tickets to the Derby for her. And so for me, look, you never know who's going to be your right prospect. I can't tell you how many times in my career where people have come into my business and I would have never thought this is going to be the superstar. In fact, if you would have marched in my previous company at World Ventures, I told you before, for the first few years, 7 of the top 10 income earners in World Ventures were direct to me. Literally 7 out of the top 10. That meant that there was a large part of the beginning of the company where I was like 70%, 80% of the entire company's volume for years, for the first couple of years. Okay, that's how big our team was and how fast we were growing. But here's what's crazy. Those 7 people that were in the top 10 earners for the first few years of World Ventures, here's what they were whenever I recruited them. A cop, a secretary, 2 broke sisters that were massage therapists, and they didn't even have the money to join. A guy who valet parked my car, a guy who was a waiter, okay? And then somebody who basically was a friend of a friend that came to an event that had never done network marketing before. Those were the 7. A waiter, a valet parker, 2 massage therapist sisters, a cop, and a secretary. It sounds like the beginning of a crazy joke, right? I didn't go get networkers. I didn't go get leaders. I didn't move teams. In those 365,000 people in that business that I built, I never recruited a networker. Never, not once. Everybody that came into my business was doing it essentially for the first time. And so if I would have prejudged, if I hadn't, when he valet parked my car, if I hadn't talked to him about World Ventures, I wouldn't have had I think that team was about 10,000 people. So one valet parker represented 10,000 sales. The cop and the secretary, about 15,000 sales. The twin sisters, about 80,000 sales. The waiter, about 10,000 sales. That's 150,000 sales from those 7 people, essentially. A waiter, a cop, secretary, massage therapists, and a valet parker. And so you just never know who's going to come into your business and be the person that takes you to financial freedom, that takes you to $500,000 a month. There will be people, and I think it'll probably take a year to 2 years, but there will be people here, and some of you may be on this call, that are making $500,000 a month in this business, because I'm not stopping. And so somebody's going to do it. It might as well be you. $500,000 a month. I mean, that's generational wealth. You're making $6 million a year. Your kids are set. Probably your grandkids and great-grandkids are set. That's generational wealth. That's life-changing. That's family tree altering money. We're not talking about a few $1,000s a month in residual. There's people on this Zoom that are going to start in 2 weeks with a few $1,000s a month in residual. From the first 2.5 weeks, we're going to have multiple people that are earning thousands in residual when we turn the system on. That's crazy. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this many people have this much success this fast and that are going to be making this much, because I've been doing this for almost 30 years. Now, I've never seen it. I mean, I was just with, one of our influencers this week, and we were talking about how powerful the compensation plan is going to be and how easy it is and how it's built for growth and it's built for speed. And I'm going to talk about that next. But I want to show you really quick all these new websites that we set up for you. Okay, so BryteLifeBlueprint.com, that's the document that Tiffany just went through. Okay, so you can go to BryteLifeBlueprint.com right now and get that document. And that's the link you should share. And everything is hyperlinked in that document. That means that you can click inside of that PDF and go straight to it. I filmed a new 6-minute video yesterday. So now that video is up and the 8-minute video is down. Okay, so I'm making it shorter and shorter to try to, this is just an attention grabber. Then you should get them on the recorded Zoom video, okay? But what is BryteLife.com is the 6-minute video that I recorded yesterday. Then BryteLifeCompensation.com is the 18-minute comp plan video, which we will update after the launch. So that's a pre-launch compensation plan video. That video will be updated after the launch. Then you've got BryteLifeTraining.com. That's where you went to today to come to this training. Once we're live, BryteLifeTraining.com will have all of our recorded trainings. So you'll be able to come to the live trainings, but it'll also have all of the recorded trainings. Right now, the recorded trainings are on the YouTube page. When I'm done with this one today, I'll upload it today. So this one will be up in a couple of hours. So if you have people on your team that were not here today, make sure you send them to the YouTube page and you will get them to this actual link, okay? So that's on the YouTube page. That's this recording. Then I also created a PDF document because my Keynote file is huge and some of you have had trouble downloading it that have asked for it. So I created a PDF of the short 6-minute presentation, and it's at brytelifepresentation.com. So you can go to that website right now and you can get the PDF version of the 6-minute presentation. So if you're doing live events, if you're doing watch parties, if you're doing live events, if you're doing travel parties, you will have brytelifepresentation.com available. You can pull it up on your phone. You can pull it up on your iPad. You can pull it up on your laptop. You can cast to a TV wirelessly, and you can scroll right through this PDF at brytelifepresentation.com. So all of those links are live. They all have content on them, and everything is as easy as possible for you. Now, I want to talk really quick about the holding tank and the binary, okay? So as you've seen before in the training videos, your sales are going into the holding tank. The holding tank is meant to be used to get people off the fence. But I'm telling people, don't keep your people in a holding tank more than 24 to 48 hours. So what I'm doing is, as people are coming in, of course, you can use those sales to get other people off the fence. Say, look, I've got a couple people that are sitting in the holding tank. I can put you in right now. It's 20 bucks. Get in, and then I'm going to put these 2 people under you. And then use the holding tank to put them in. When you log into the back office, you go to Tree Viewer. You'll see your make a placement window. This is your holding tank. You mouse over them. And then once you click on the person you want to place, you go click on the plus sign of where you want them to go. The proper method is, before you click on the person, you always go to bottom left or bottom right. Okay? So bottom left, bottom right. Always place your personal sales on the outside. So bottom left, bottom right. Don't go on the inside, okay? Go on the outside. So if Jordan was on your right leg, you would want to put all of your sales on the right leg of Jordan. If Jordan was on your left leg, then your left leg on the outside of Jordan is your outside. So always place your sales on the bottom left, bottom right, on the outside, okay? Just like this diagram, okay? So when you go put in your next person, if this is your team and you have 2 on the left and you have 5 on the right, the next person you put in should go on the left. So you would click bottom left, and then the plus sign on the left of the person on the bottom left is where you're going to want to put your next sale. I want to talk about something that's really important right now, and I really want everybody to listen, okay? I've already seen where some people have enrolled or signed up their spouse or their children, okay? Now, if your children are on their own and they are, they're doing this as a business, that is fine to sign them up underneath you. But if you are married and you have your spouse, it does not make sense to sign your spouse up unless you're signing them up only as a customer to get another bucket list trip, okay? It does not make sense to work 2 positions, okay? Please understand this is very important, because technically it's a better proposition for the company to have you working multiple positions, because you're splitting your efforts, you're dividing your teams, and you're making less money over the long run. But I'm going to tell you from a builder perspective that it does not make sense to work 2 positions. If you are sharing income with someone, do not sign up your spouse, do not sign up your husband, do not sign up your wife for the business, okay? Let me explain to you why. A binary is the fastest growing compensation plan in the network marketing industry. It is the fastest growing, it is the most lucrative, and let me explain to you why. The reason the term multi-level exists is because 50 years ago, when multi-level companies were started, there was no computers or software that calculated compensation. Okay. So the first MLMs, multi-level marketing companies, the reason they were called that is because they only could afford to calculate compensation to a certain level because there was no computers, there was no software. So they were literally manually every month calculating commissions by hand. That is wild to me, all right? Because Amway and Tupperware and Mary Kay literally paid people for multiple levels, okay? So it works like this. You are here, you sign somebody up, that's your first level. When that person signs somebody up, that is your second level. When that person signs somebody up, that is your third level. And those compensation plans, when this industry started, your first level would be your biggest percentage. So your directs, maybe you would get, let's call it 15% commission. Then your second levels, you would get 10. And your third level, you would get 5. And your fourth level, you would get 2. And then maybe your fifth level, you would get 1%. Why? Because there was way more people on your fifth level because all of those people up above were building and recruiting. And so that's what created multi-level. And so literally it was somebody's job, and this literally makes my head hurt just to think about it. It was somebody's job to literally look at the tree and go in and manually calculate the sales revenue that came from that person and then assign the commission to the people above it. It would literally take some of those companies, the compensation would come weeks later, weeks, in some cases months, because it literally took them that long to calculate all of the levels of compensation. And so the reason the term multi-level exists is because this was the first time in business history where you got paid for recruiting people into the business, and because of your introduction, that person wouldn't be in the business. So your first level was here, your second level came from those people, your third level came from those people, your fourth level came from those people. Well, as compensation plans advanced and as computers were invented and software was created and invented, then compensation plans started changing, because then you just built a computer software program, you built calculations that could do all of the math. And so back then, those early companies stopped at like 5 levels, but then it started paying, some companies started paying to 10 levels. And then I remember in the 90s, people were talking about, we're going to pay to 20 levels. Okay. When binaries were created, here's what's crazy. This is nuts when you think about it. Binaries pay to infinity, and the sales all count the same. To see, here's what the other thing was that happens in unilevel compensation plans and in coded compensation plans. Because the compensation percentage changes in those plans per level, leaders are not motivated to go work with people that are just now joining because they're on their 10th level or 15th level, or that team is broken away, or the team is coded out of their compensation. So literally you have these awesome leaders and they've been building for a couple years, and people are coming into their teams and they're not getting paid on them. So guess what happens? They're not getting paid on them, so they don't work with them. You know, if nobody's getting a check, nobody's working with them, what happens is those people don't have any support. And the people that are the best leaders, those people are so far removed from them that they're not getting any help and support, and they can't go plug in. The thing I love about the binary is if somebody comes into your organization 10 years from now, you get paid on them the same way and their growth the same way as you do when people that you personally signed up today put sales in 10 years from now. No difference. And that person could be literally 10,000 levels below you. I had some legs in World Ventures that were literally, I think my longest leg was like, I think maybe it was like 3,000 or something. So someone in that 365,000 was literally 3,000 zigzags below me. 3,000 people in between them and me in the tree. Okay. So when you think about that, in all these other comp plans, I would have never gotten paid for that person. I wouldn't have gotten any credit. I'd have no reason to go work with them. But that person could come in and could be, you know, a Ben Valverde or a Tim Hill or a, you know, Turner Cavender or a Whitney or Tiffany. And I would have literally zero financial interest in going and working with that person. Now, my entire career, I worked with people regardless of whether they were on, because we're about to talk about the binary and about strategies. And so you, in the binary, you have what's called your pay leg, okay? And in my career, I always worked with both of my teams, regardless of whether it was my pay leg or not, because it was just the right thing to do. And so when you're building a binary, you're getting paid on what's called your minor volume leg. Okay, so your goal is to try to keep those two legs as balanced as possible. Because in this example, if you have 5 on your right and 2 on your left, you're 2-2. You're not 5-2. There is no compensation plan for 5-2, and you're not 5-5 yet. Okay, because remember, if you put 3 more people in on your left, that's 5-5. That's Lyfe 300. So if you put in 3 more sales, you should place them on the left on the outside. So the second plane on this example, you should stay to the left, and your next 3 sales that you enroll should go boom, 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 so that you have a straight line of 5 planes. And in the back office, you'll have 5 boxes. Okay. Here's why you don't want to have your spouse, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, unless if you're not sharing income, and I'm not going to judge. Trust me, I have had a bad experience with an ex, and so you know, if you're not sharing income, more power to you to go work separately. Okay, I'm a big fan of making sure that you are protected financially. So, you know, if your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, if y'all don't share incomes, if you're not in a shared household, cool, sign them up. Let them build their check, you build your check. But if you're in a shared house and shared income, then you should only work your top position and you should drive depth. Okay, here's why. When you go put in a sale in a binary, you put them in the bottom left or bottom right to maximize the impact of the sale. See, what happens is when you're 5-5 in this example, let's say you're back to 5-5. So you put 3 more sales on the left, and so you're 5-5. When you put in the next sale on the right, down below that 4th plane in a line, okay, every one of those planes, meaning people, will get credit for that sale. And here's what's cool. When the app goes live, every time you have somebody join your team, whether they came from above you or they came from you, you're going to get notified. You're going to get a push notification. You're going to get a ding. It's going to be like a cash register going off on your phone. So literally, I may even do that. I may have the programmers build it to where it rings like a cash register when you get that ding on the app. Okay. And so when you get that push notification, you drop that plane down on the bottom right. Each one of those 4 planes is going to get the push notification. Congratulations on the growth of your team. So-and-so just joined from Hawaii. So-and-so just joined from Africa. So-and-so just joined from Thailand. Think about the power of that. Okay. So each one of those people, if you're placing sales on the bottom right and the bottom left, every one of those people that sale is under is getting notified. So now they're motivated. They're inspired. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even do anything and I just got paid. This is the power of a binary, because you're literally going to be making money while you're sleeping. This is crazy. In World Ventures, I would wake up And because I had teams all over the world, I would literally wake up and I would have cycled 10 times, 15 times. I would have made money. Okay. I would have ranked while I was asleep. Literally, I woke up and I've got, every time I log into the Bryte Lyfe back office, by the way, we have more people in it. I don't think I've logged in yet over the last 2.5 weeks. And every time I've logged in, there's been new people. Sales are coming in like this. Okay. So think about the power of those notifications once the app goes live and you're dropping in sales, bottom left, bottom right. This is why the compensation plan is built so that if your sales default and expire, they're going to default to your minor volume leg, bottom left or bottom right. So the computer is going to see that you're 5-2, 5 on the right, 2 on the left. And if you didn't place a sale, the computer is going to put that next person, the third person on that left side, right below the plane on the left, automatically. I talked about this 2 weeks ago. We built the comp plan so that even if you don't know how to do it, the sales are going to automatically default to the power leg strategy. Okay, this is called power leg. Power leg is the sales that could come from above you, from your sponsor. It's the leg that you have in common with your sponsor. This, if you're lucky enough to get spillover, this is where sales are coming from above you. And if you're not getting spillover, you need to talk to your sponsor. If there are not sales coming from above you, you need to talk to your sponsor, because the leg in common, the sales on the power leg are coming from your sponsor if everybody is building with this strategy. Okay, if you don't have spillover, so what? It doesn't matter. You know why? You only have to build 2 teams. 2 teams, that's it. In the old days, to get paid the top of the compensation plan, you had to have all of your 7 levels open, or all of your 12 levels open, or all of your 14 levels open. And you had to have all these qualifications, and you had to have 2 who had 2, and 4 who had 4, and 6 who had 6. And in order to get to the comp plan top, you had to have all these bucket lists, checked. You had to have all these things. It was like, you had to have like a PhD in compensation plan to figure it out. If people are running comp plans and they're saying there's 12 ways to get paid, that means there's 12 ways to confuse your new people. Those comp plans will build slower. People will make less money. Those comp plans are designed to make more money for the companies. The more confusing they are, the harder they are, the more things you have to do, the more hoops you have to jump through, the more money the companies make. That's why those companies use them. It's as simple as that. And so by placing the sales on the outside, here's the other advantage. By placing sales on the outside, now those people are working together. When you put the 5th plane on the right side in the line, okay, all of those people are on the same team. So not only do they get the notification that somebody just joined their team, now those people can do meetings together. They can do coffee meetings together. They can do live meetings together. Now they have a vested interest in each other. Now you've got a team inside of the team. More people are working together. If you go build a 3rd team under your husband or wife, now you're splitting your sales amongst 3 teams. You're literally doing 50% more work, and you're splitting your sales 3 ways. So that means that everybody affected is getting 33% less sales from you because you're splitting them amongst 3 teams. And that means you're splintering the people that could be working together. And instead of driving depth, you're driving shallower legs. There was a guy on my team in World Ventures, and he was a great recruiter, but he was a math guy. And so he was convinced that if he had, and in World Ventures, our cap on the monthly was $50,000 a month. So there was a need, and there were a lot of people that hit that cap and then had to start working multiple positions. You don't have to do that here. You can make up to $500,000 a month. That's why I built the comp plan that way. But this guy What he did was he took his top position, he signed up a business on the right, a business on the left, and he had a bunch of different businesses. And then he did 2 legs under those outside. And so he built 4 legs straight down. He had 3 of those positions at a rank that was making about $5,000 a month. But he never got his top spot above $10,000 a month. So he took all of his sales and split it amongst 4 legs. So he was in a power leg. He could have put all 4 of those teams in one line, and he would have been making over $50,000 a month in his best month ever in 10 years of building that way. And he probably put in 400 people personally, was about $15,000 a month. So he made what he thought in the beginning was going to be more money, but he made about a third of what he would have been making if he would have just driven those 4 teams. All those people would have been working together. He would have been at the top rank in the company. He never, ever in 10 years hit the top rank at World Ventures of $50,000 a month. Never. That's crazy when you think about it. Anybody else in the company that would have put in the same amount of people, they would have all been at the top of the comp plan. You put in 400 people in World Ventures, you were making $50,000 a month. I mean, everybody that did that, that was the number. Okay. And here you put in 400 people at Bryte Lyfe, you're going to be making $125,000 a month, maybe even more, maybe 200. Okay. I mean, that's a fact. So somebody asked me the other day, Wes, what are some goals? Give me some goals. Okay. At World Ventures, we told people, if you want to get to the top and make $50,000 a month, you needed to put in 400 people. So I'm telling you here, if you want to make $500,000 a month, make your goal signing up 400 people. If you get 400 people into Bryte Lyfe, okay, and you're not making $500,000 a month, I'll be shocked. You'll definitely be over 125,000 and probably over 200. Okay. So make that your goal. If you want to get to that level, you want to play at that rank, get there. Okay. So 7,500 as an influencer, 200,000, that is doable if you bring in 400 people. That's doable. That's 2.4 million a year. Okay. And so if you put in 400, you're going to be well on your way to 500,000, if not already there. And think about that. At World Ventures, we were promoting get 400 to make 50,000 a month. You put in 400 here, you're going to be 4 times that, maybe 10 times that. So remember, this is going to be part of the blueprint as we go forward. Once the product is live, getting 10 to win is giving you 10 people will give you $1,000 in free travel and $300 a month in residual. Okay. And this is going to be happening all the time. This is going to be our focus. Once the app goes live and we're signing up members, getting 10 people as fast as possible is going to be what we're promoting and what we're working on. Obviously, there's no commission right now because we're not signing up members. But remember, this is going to be what we're focused on. You also need to be making sure you're preparing your people to upgrade when we go live in a couple of weeks. This is your one shot to be a founding member. Once you're a founding member, you'll be a founding member for life. We're probably going to do anniversary things and different things along the way for our founding members. There's going to be more than just this, but making sure you're preparing your people that they need to upgrade within 72 hours of the app going live. There's going to be a simple button right on the website, right on the app to upgrade. And if your payment is already on file, make sure your credit card is on there for whatever you signed up with as an influencer. You'll literally just click the upgrade button and that'll be it. You'll be a member and you'll have full access to the website and the app. You'll also have an opportunity to upgrade and go on the bucket list acceleration program. So that'll be an option for you as well. And so that'll be a prepaid option and you'll see that when we go live in a couple weeks. And then you'll also get first access to the founder trips, those grand opening launch trips that we're doing this summer. And those are very close to being announced. Okay. So we're finalizing the US hotel and destination. We're negotiating with 2 different hotels. The Mexico trip is going to be at the Conrad. And then we're going to be going to Ibiza in Europe. And I'm finalizing that contract as well. So those are coming very soon. So make sure that everybody that you've signed up as an influencer is ready to upgrade as soon as we go live in 10 days. And if you haven't already started following the Bryte Lyfe page, you know, you definitely need to go do it. I've started to see people using our photo frames. By the way, this is a great way to do it because it makes people curious about what is well life, what is live life, what is travel is life. That's why we built these photo frames like this, was because we wanted people to be able to share without saying what it was, without telling people. It's about dripping. I've been seeing people post the links to the Zooms. Tiffany talked about this. Don't do that. Don't post the links to the Zooms. Don't mass invite people. It doesn't work that way. People don't want to be herded. They don't want to be like cattle or like sheep. You need to take time out of your schedule. Do it today. Invite for tomorrow night. The next live Zoom is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, okay, at noon Central is Wednesday with Wes. That is a lunch presentation, or if you're on the West Coast, a coffee presentation. Here's the other thing. I haven't seen anybody do watch parties. If I was you, I would be getting people to your house, inviting them over, invite your neighbors, invite your friends, cast to the computer, cast to your TV, from the laptop, from the phone, from the iPad, and show the 20-minute Zoom live to your prospects. Sit around, do it. You will have me in your living room with you doing the presentation as if I was there. And if you do a watch party, you can call me. Everybody should have my number. Text me and give me a heads up. Hey, Wes, I'm having a watch party. Or send me a DM and I'll give you my cell phone number. If you do a watch party for one of our live Zooms at 9 o'clock, I will answer their questions live. Call me. I will answer their questions. I will help you close them. I will help you sign them up. It will be like I'm in your house. Have a watch party. Okay? Do it right. Don't invite publicly. I told you guys last week, I was inviting publicly from the Bryte Lyfe page and from my page for you. Those weren't, I have had no prospects, by the way, go through one of those links or posts and come and join me. Everybody I've signed up, and I've signed up well over 100 people personally, has come from a direct invite, a direct exposure, getting them personally on through a video or meeting them and talking with them in person, showing them a recorded Zoom, getting them on the live Zoom. No one has come from a public post. That's not the way you build the business. Follow the program. Follow the Bryte Lyfe blueprint. Go to brytelifeblueprint.com and go through the document and use it, okay? Don't post the YouTube videos. Don't post the Zooms publicly. Make people curious. Make them ask you about it. Make them wonder what it is. Make them ask you. Invite them personally. Take time out of your schedule. Why is it not worth taking an hour today and inviting people to tomorrow night? Call them. If it's that important, I talked about this. Take the investor, the founder, the board of directors approach. Call your best people and ask them to get on tomorrow night. Nobody wants to be sold. Nobody wants to be herded like cattle or sheep. It's not going to work if you do it in a mass format. Don't be lazy. Take an hour today and invite to tomorrow night, and then get on tomorrow night. None of your team is getting on if you're not getting on, right? Like, well, I've got something going on. The Mavs are playing. This is on. The Warriors are playing. The Lakers are playing. So what? LeBron isn't paying your bills. Luka's not paying your bills. Get on for 20 minutes. Get on today. Get on your phone. Send some text messages. Make some calls. Send out some invites. It's up to you to get people on these Zooms. I'm getting people on every night. I've made a sale every day. I've signed up somebody every day since we went live. And I've done all the Zooms. What's your excuse? We should have 200 or 300 people on there tomorrow night, but it still hasn't happened. Why? We talked about this last week. There's 40 or 50 of you on here right now. If everybody got 4 or 5 people on the Zoom tomorrow night, we'd have 200 people, but we won't. Because there will be people on here right now that are listening to me say these words that still won't take an hour out of their day today or tomorrow to get people on the Zoom tomorrow night. But I will. And Turner will. And Danielle will. And the same people that are on the Zooms every night, Tim, Flip, Tiffany, you know, the same faces are on every night, but they're the ones that are putting in sales. They're the ones hitting ranks. and the ones of you that aren't. It's really simple. This is the easiest thing I've ever built. Everybody that I've shown this to has signed up. That's crazy. Everyone that I've gotten on a Zoom has joined. Every single one. And I've signed up over 100 people. I'll probably be over 200 after this week. What are you doing? Can you take an hour today? Can you take 30 minutes today? Send some invites out. Make some phone calls. Change somebody's life. This will be the best decision you've ever made, and it will be the best decision they've ever made. You only have 10 more days of pre-launch. That's it. That's all you got. Create your story, okay? If you have a question, if you want to just type it in the chat box, we're about to wrap things up. If you guys have a question, type it in the chat box. Daryl, the question about the bucket list trips is it's going to be based on the top 50 tourist destinations in the world. So we've taken the top 50 places, not ours, the top 50 around the world, and those will be on the list, and you will choose your top 10 from that list. And so when you get your bucket list trip, we will give you one of the 10 each year. So you'll have your 10, it'll be saved in the app, we'll have the data, and every year you'll get it. If your spouses have already signed up, it's all good. Like I said, your spouse can be in as a member, okay? If you want another bucket list trip, leave them in. Here's the other thing you can do. If you had somebody that joined as a spouse, your influencer business is sellable and transferable. Okay, so here's a strategy for you. If you've already done it, or if there are people that want to buy a second position for their business, you can do that. And then you can sit on it like a piece of real estate and build past it. And then down the road, once it has 200 or 300 or 500 people below it on one leg, no sales on the inside because you're not working it on the inside, you can take that position, you can sell it to someone for whatever you choose. That's up to you. It's your business, okay? Or you can use it to recruit someone, and you can transfer the ownership of that position to someone else. So it's like having a piece of real estate in New York City that you bought in the 1800s, and they built all of Times Square around it, and then literally you can sell or transfer it to someone later on. So don't freak out. If you've already done this, if your spouse already has a position, just don't work 3 teams, okay? Only work bottom left, bottom right. If your spouse is in, let them upgrade, have a membership, and use it to get another bucket list trip. But do not build on the inside. If they're a member only, okay, take the influencer off once the member only goes live, and then they'll be one of your customers, okay? But do not work 3 teams. I promise you, it would be more money for the company if I told you to do it, but it does not make sense. You will make less money, your team will grow slower, and you will kick yourself later, okay? So somebody asked about that. Lots of good comments. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Any other questions? You guys are funny. We're doing a competition with my spouse. Hey, I mean, look, you never, maybe he wants some wham money, or maybe she wants some wham money or whatever. I'm not going to tell you how to run your house. I'm just telling you from a strategy standpoint that this is the best way to build. Daryl, just message me. I'll give you my number. If you guys are asking about what separates us away from all the other travel and direct sales companies, go watch my Instagram video that I did about World Ventures and what happened there and what I learned and what I've learned over the last 20 years of being in the industry. It's an hour video, so I'm not going to be able to answer it now. But after you see that, you should understand the difference here. And then once you see the app, it's going to be a no-brainer. Nobody with a brain is going to be able to look at us once the app goes live and then look at any of our competitors and say that they're anywhere in the same stratosphere, in the same galaxy as we are. We cannot guarantee it'll be based on the hotel availability. If you can go at the same time as somebody else, but there definitely will not be any group availability for bucket list trips, because the contracts with the hotels have a limit on how many people we can send on certain dates. So those will not be group trips. They won't be like, we're not going to send everybody that wants to go to Mexico and make you go on the exact same dates at the exact same time. You're going to have lots of dates to choose from. Yes, you will have lots of dates to choose from. If you want to add, you can use the app. If you want to add or stay, I mean, here's the thing. You may not want to stay at the 5-star hotel that we're putting you up at for 3 more nights or 4 more nights or 5 more nights, because it may cost you $10,000. So even with the discounts through the app, that's how good these hotels are. So what I would suggest is when you get notified and you find out where you're going based on your list, then you could plan around it. So you could go, if you're going to Tulum, you could go stay at the Conrad for 3 nights for when we pay for it. And then you could go stay at, you know, the Riu, or you could go stay at, you know, Akumal Beach, or you could go stay in Playa, or you could go stay somewhere else in Tulum and then stay for 3 or 4 more nights. And you could do an all-inclusive that you could get for, you know, $300 or $400 a night through the app. But you don't have to stay at that hotel. I understand if you're coming from somewhere, you may want to stay longer than 3 nights. Cool. It's just, we'll pay for it for 3, and then you can book other nights through the app. And there'll be tons of places around these hotels. The business-to-business program will be going live in a couple months. A lot of people are asking about that. We're building a business admin feature in the software for businesses to be able to book business travel and corporate travel through the app. So that'll be part of it. It's all being built. It's in phase 2 or 3 of the app rollout. So you'll be hearing more about that and seeing that. No flights. Yeah, we're not going to ever do flights. So just for the record here now, so you know, we'll never do flights. Airlines are the absolute worst at customer service. And I was on a flight this week that was canceled. So we won't do flights ever. It's too big of a customer service nightmare. We want our experience for our customers and members to be pain-free. The bucket list trips will not all be kid-friendly. So understand, if you're trying to take the bucket list trips will not all be kid-friendly. People are asking, can I bring your kids? If they allow children, which the Conrad in Tulum does, you can pay a fee to bring your children. But I mean, like Ibiza, the Hard Rock, I think they allow children. There's no way I would take my daughter, and she's 13, to the Hard Rock. And she's not going to Ibiza, maybe ever. I may try to block her passport. I don't want her in Ibiza. Let's see. Yeah, you should send your referral link to have somebody join, but don't send it until they're ready to sign up. The video is on the website through your referral link, but if you're going to send them to watch the video, you need to set it up as an appointment. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. You don't want to just send somebody the website or send somebody the video, because then once they have it, they'll watch it when they have absolutely nothing else going on. I set it up as a meeting, as an appointment, like, hey, when will you have 20 minutes free so we can talk? I call them, I talk to them, I tell them about what's going on, and then I send them the link right then and there, and I have them watch it right now. If you just send out the website or you post it publicly, nobody's going to go watch that. It's going to be a complete waste of time. Yeah, you'll see more of the Live Life stuff when we go live. You're going to see, you know, yachts and luxury car rentals and all the different stuff. And then as we grow, you know, that's the thing that Eva's working on. We've got all kinds of conversations going on right now with different brands, businesses, vendors, suppliers in travel and entertainment. We're negotiating with concert companies, entertainment brands, nightlife, nightclubs. So you're going to see all that stuff. Okay, I think that's it. So, no, you need to be at least 18 to sign up, especially for influencers, because you're going to be earning compensation. You're an independent contractor. So Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing some stuff with tennis and golf and entertainment and social. It's going to be crazy. Like we're having some conversations that are like, I mean, they're going to blow your mind. And this is all going to be coming. So here's the thing. We're starting with what we're starting with. You're going to be blown away by the app and the content, but there's going to be all kinds of stuff. We're going to be doing updates and announcements literally every couple weeks. And so what you see when we launch will be the worst it'll ever be. And on day one, mark my words, we will be better on day one of the launch than all of our competitors in the space. And then from there, it's literally going to just blow people away what you're going to be getting. So if there's a question, you need to type it in the chat. I'm not going to call on anybody live. So if that's it for today. So make sure you get everybody to come to the YouTube page. This will be uploaded momentarily. So share it with your team. If there's any other questions, type them in the chat box right now. Or if not, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for getting on today. Appreciate your help. Appreciate your support. Congratulations to everybody who's ranked up. Congratulations to our leaders that are setting the path. Ben Valverde, Tiffany and Whitney, Kenneth Shell, Tim Hill. And there's so many people that are crushing it right now that have signed up. I mean, these people are going to be 70 or higher when we launch. So keep it up, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Share this with your team. Please, everybody that's on here, and go share this with your team. Share this recording. Get everybody on tomorrow night so we can fill up tomorrow night's Zoom. Have a great weekend.